Hello everyone, good day. I am Lyra Albinar. For today's video, we will going to report about the periodic and the simple harmonic motion. So let us tackle first the periodic motion. So what is periodic motion? So for example, the vibrating mass of the spring. So ang motion sa vibrating mass of the spring. So it describes as being repeating and regular. So when we say repeating, so magbalik-balik siya. So it occurs over and over again. Another is the regular. So the cycle, each cycle occurs in the same amount of time. So what is periodic? So a periodic is a motion of an object that repeats itself regularly after the equal interval of time. So when we say interval of time, it is called period. So its repeated motion is oscillation. So ang periodic motion kuno sa object nga magbalik-balik on a circular path itself regularly after equal interval of time. So ang tawag sa repeated motion is oscillation. So let us hear the examples of periodic motion. So the glider on a frictionless track attached to a horizontal spring. So this is the mass of elastic spring which the object moves back and forth. So you can see the spring, the horizontal spring and the track. So it moves back and forth or up and down. So its motion is repeated. So another is the rotation of the earth around the sun. So the rotation of the earth around the sun over the same circular path also repeats its motion. So mubalik hapon siya. So another is the hands of a clock. So the period of the hands of the clock in a shorter hand, it takes 12 hours and then the longer hands is 1 hour. So it repeated its motion also. The last is the pendulum. The period of the pendulum is based of the length of the string and the magnitude of the acceleration due to gravity. So it repeats its motion too. So this is the examples of the periodic motion. So let us hear the periodic motion is divided into two types of motion. This is the oscillatory motion and the non-oscillatory motion. So oscillatory motion, what is it? So it is a periodic motion in which object moves back and forth from a fixed point. So periodic motion siya nga mubalik sa iyang agi, magbalik-balik sa iyang agi. So for example is the elastic spring. So this is examples of oscillatory motion. The motion and also the motion of the pendulum and the motion of the string of the guitar. They are called the oscillatory motion because their object moves back and forth or up and down. So another is the non-oscillatory motion. So what is non-oscillatory? This is the periodic motion in which object doesn't moves back and forth from a fixed point. So dili siya magbalik-balik sa agi, but it repeats also its motion. So what is the example for non-oscillatory motion? So the rotation of the earth, the motion of the rotation of the earth. Why is called the non-oscillatory? Because the rotation of the earth doesn't moves back and forth, but it is over the same circular path. So it repeats its motion. So another one is the fan and the hands of the clock. Those are the example of the non-oscillatory motion. So let us hear the describing periodic motion. So amplitude, the maximum displacement of equilibrium. So is the maximum distance from the mass from the equilibrium position. It means that for the one side of the one side as it does on the other side. So another is the cycle or the oscillation. So one complete round trip returning to the same location and moving direction. So mubalik siya siyang location, mubalik na po sa lain nga direction. Another is the periodic. Time to complete one cycle or oscillation. Periodic or time. Yung mo kompleto siya sa cycle sa oscillation. So, and then the frequency, the number of cycle oscillation per unit of times hertz. So, the number of cycles per seconds that the oscillators goes through. So, the frequency is measured in hertz. So, hertz mo na siya. Hg, hertz. And then the angular frequency, this frequency times to reduce units or reduce seconds. So, let us hear the period and the frequency. So, what are the relationship of the period and the frequency? So, they are closely connected. Why? Because they contain the same information. So, time equals 1 over f, or frequency equals 1 over time. So, here. That is the period of frequency. So that is enough for the period of periodic motion.
Good morning everyone. In this video I am going to discuss about the topic about simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion is a kind of motion that involves a periodic motion, or in simple term, a repeated action. So, ngayon the periodic motion, saan siya ka repeated action? So, kung atong ilagway, kung glabog ka sa kabato, diya sa tabay, so, ang action na niya, singular action na, kay di naman siya mabalik. So, pero ang periodic motion lahi siya kay iyang action kay repeated. So, mo ni siya ang example sa simple harmonic motion. So, aron na atong masabtan, so atong paano kung unsa ang simple harmonic motion, kung unsa ang paagi manong ano siya. So, ang example kay siya ka spring na i-box dire. So, kaning box nga dire, so ang tawag na ni equilibrium position. So the box is at rest. So ang box dire, wag siya mausab ang position na nagpuyo ra siya. So pinagi sa spring nana, so makita ang kung i-apply na to ang simple motion, makita ang displacement, velocity, acceleration. So but before that, let's talk about the Hooke's law. So, unsa din yung Hooke's law? So, Hooke's law discovered by the English scientist Robert Hooke, the law of elasticity. The force exerted is always opposite to the motion. So, ang Hooke's law kuno, law ni siya sa elasticity kanang example niya kay spring. So, kung unsa ang imong gi-apply nga force palitan kaning spring, ang atong example, nagi arma atong masabtan ng simple motion, kung ato ni siyang aning spring, kung imo ni siyang birahon, so mausab ang iyang kanang position. So makita na ang displacement, so the changing position of an object. So na siya displacement. So kung imo ni siyang birahon ang spring, so mubounce na siya balik. So mo nang itawag siya Hooke's law kay law of elasticity. The force exerted is always opposite to the motion. So opposite ko siya, kung imong birahon, so balik na siya, dili na siya mo handos dito. So ang velocity, so speed of motion or action. So ang paspason sa paglihok sa usa ka butang, so kaning box nga dili, kung unsa ka usban nga ang force nga mag-apply, so mausab ang iyang velocity. So acceleration, so ang iyang pag-usab, so change of velocity of an object with respect to time. So ang iyang acceleration, kung unsa kadugayon ang imong kuan, so mausab ang oras, ang the change velocity of an object with respect to time. So pinagi sa iyang speed. So kung makadugay, so mausab ang iyang acceleration, so mausab ang iyang movement or action. So what is oscillatory? So oscillation occurs when restoring force is directly proportional to displacement. So anong sabda na ito ang oscillatory, mga tagatag sa example. So pinanglit ka na ikaw nagtrabaho ka, ang imong binuwan kay 20 pesos. So kung makadugay ang buwan litan sa usa ka buwan ang monthly nimo kay 20 pesos. So kung makadugay na ka, so moabot na 5 months, so magkataas mo ang imong pildo. So sa 5 ka buwan na kay 100. So sama usab nga sa oscillatory, so oscillation occurs when restoring force is directly proportional. So yung tag directly proportional to displacement. So mausab ang iyang kuan kung unsa ang force nga imong gi-apply dire, so directly proportional to the displacement. So mausab yun ang iyang displacement. So kaya siya kung gi-apply wala man ta ni-apply force, so ang tawag niya siya is this things is the trace. So tawag siya equilibrium position. So kung ma-apply tag force, so aron na atong i-demonstrate ang simple harmonic motion. So di ba ang ingon diri nga repeated action. So mo-apply tag force ato ning birahon ang kaning sa butang dire. So atong buhian, so kita nato nga ang iyang kuan balik-balik. So repeated action. So mo siya tawag og simple harmonic motion.